Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's meditation. So my name is Puja, and I will be hosting this session tonight. So I live in the Chicago area, and I moved here with my husband about a year ago. So we are fairly new to the US. So I'll just say a few words to introduce myself. And how I came to meditate. So everyone always has a very different journey and experience when it comes to meditation. But in my case, I was fortunate enough that I was born into this. So my parents came to Sahaja Yoga, found Sahaja Yoga when they were younger. And so I grew up with meditation. And so in a way, you grow up with it and you can take it for granted, perhaps, or don't understand the full value. But there comes a time where for everyone, you need to choose meditation and why you want to do it, not just because it's something your parents want you to do or it's something you grew up with. And so for me, it was in the form of many small, I would say, experiences or even just confirmations while growing up with my friends that really helped me understand the value that meditation had in my life. So I would say nowadays meditation became much more known and popular. But back then, growing up, it wasn't necessarily so common. And especially growing up in the West, I grew up in Italy, it wasn't necessarily known or understood. And so, of course, you get doubts, you get it's different, right? So not everyone understands that. So I would often find myself wondering, is this really helping? Is this really something that makes my life better? And often it was exactly talking with my friends and, even just in everyday life that I would realize also on a more practical level how meditation, but not only meditation, also all the teachings and all the qualities, all the life teachings that come from Sahaja Yoga had such a huge impact on the way I experienced things, the way I understood things, and compared to also my friends. And from time to time, we also got to meditate together. And so I got to show them this part of my life and see how it impacted them or if it helped them. And so this was also always very surprising. And it was a confirmation for me also because often during these meditation, I don't know, they would feel something. No, they would feel, I don't know, I feel this finger burning, or I feel a tingling or a pinch on a certain finger. And that would become I would then explain that this is this chakra, it has these certain qualities. And I would explain to them how certain behaviors or certain experiences might affect that specific chakra. And every time their reaction would be so surprised that I would know certain details, personal details perhaps of their life that they never shared, but it was accurate. And so these were always small experiences, small confirmations that growing up I was like, okay, there is something to meditation. But I would say the most important thing, or the most valuable experience I had with meditation growing up would be especially when meditating in a collective with other people. And especially there would be sometimes program where Shrimataji would be there, and being in such a big collective and meditating together, just the level of peace you could feel during the meditation, but especially once you were sitting there and meditating, the Kundalini is all the way through the Sahasrara, and you are just in a state of complete joy and bliss, and you're just experiencing the joy of the spirit at that time. And so when you have that strong experience, you just want to be able to bring that with you in everyday life. And so that's when it became very clear to me that meditation and Sahaja Yoga in particular would always be part of my life, because that's what we want to be able to achieve, to have, to bring that state, that joyful state in our everyday life, and hopefully always keep that with us. So yeah, that was just a little bit on me. Excuse me. Before we pass on to the meditation, I would like to just bring the attention to I would like to mention something about today that makes it a very special and auspicious day to be having a meditation all together. Today is Makar Sankranti, and so San means auspicious or holy, whereas Krant means revolution. So it represents the holy revolution. And especially in this context, in Sahaja Yoga, we can understand that this revolution is a revolution of the spirit that happens within us through the awakening of the Kundalini, like a spiral, and it ascends, and it brings us to that higher state of awareness. Also, another thing about Sankranti that is that traditionally it is a day where you eat something sweet, because symbolically it reminds you that you should speak in a sweet manner. And so the way we communicate with each other should always be very sweet, like the sweet that we eat in this day. So today, as we meditate together, I would like us to keep our focus also on this aspect. And yeah, so we can all sit down and get comfortable, and we can raise our Kundalini and give ourselves a bandhan. And we can take our Footsoak bucket, and we can put our hands towards it and give a bandhan to the water. And we can say the mantra to Shri Samudra Devata. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Samudra Devata Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namaha. We can put our feet in the water. And we can close our eyes and center our attention within us. We can take a few deep breaths, and we can inhale, hold the breath for a few seconds, and then exhale. We can do this a few times. And with each breath that we take and release, we can feel all the tension, all the heaviness from our day leave us. We can put our right hand towards our Footsoak or towards the Mother Earth. And we can ask the Mother Earth to please absorb all the negativities, all the heat, all the heaviness from our left side. We can say the mantra to Shri Mahakali Bhairava. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Mahakali Bhairava Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namaha. We can shift our attention to our right side, and we can raise our left hand towards our shoulder. And here we can ask our mother Kundalini to please take away all the heaviness from my right side. Remove all the heat from my right side. Here we can say the mantra to Shri Mahasaraswati Hanumana. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Mahasaraswati Hanumana Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji, Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namaha. Can bring our hand back on our lap. And with our right hand, we can give bandhans around our Swadhisthana, our second chakra. And we can offer all the negativities to the water. We can ask our Kundalini, our motherly energy, to please remove all the negativities, all the false knowledge from our Swadhisthana. While we give these bandhans, we can say the mantra to Sri Nirmal Vidya. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Nirmala Vidya Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namaha. We can shift our attention on our nabi. And we can put our hand on our nabi. And here we can ask our mother Kundalini to give us peace, to experience peace. We can say, Mother, in reality, I am completely satisfied. We can say the mantra to Sri Lakshmi Vishnu. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Lakshmi Vishnu Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. We can shift our attention to our heart, and we can give some abundance to our heart chakra and offer it to the water. Mother, in reality, I am the spirit. In reality, I am pure spirit. I am not just this body. I'm not just these thoughts. I am pure spirit. We can say the mantra to Sri Shiva Parvati. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Shiva Parvati Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. We can move our attention a little bit upward to our Vishuddhi. And this is the center of our communication. Mother Kundalini, please. Let my words always be sweet. Let me be able to communicate with sweetness, with love, with care. We can give some bandhans on our Vishuddhi and offer the negativities to the water. And we can say the mantra to Sri Radha Krishna. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Radha Krishna Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namaha. We can try to focus on our hands, and we can try to feel if there is one hand that appears to be heavier than the other, or if there is one hand that is emitting more heat than the other. If we're feeling our right side hand more heavy, we can raise our left channel all the way up and then lower our right channel and put all the negativities into the water. And if we're feeling our left side is heavy compared to our right side, we can instead raise our right channel and lower our left channel and put the negativities into the water. We can do this for as many times as we need. At this point, we can rinse our feet. And we can give a bandhan to the water. And then we can set our bucket aside. We can keep our attention inside And again, with our attention, we can move upward again. And here we can say, Mother Kundalini, I forgive. I forgive everyone. I forgive everything. And I forgive myself. We can put our hands on the sides of our heads where our ego and superegos are. And here we can say, Mother, I won't identify with my conditionings. I won't identify with my superego. For in reality, I am the spirit. And Mother, I won't identify with my ego. For in reality, I am the spirit. With our wrist, we can give small bangs on our head, and we can say hum, ksham. 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 We can put our hands back down. And again, with our attention, we can again follow our Kundalini in her ascent towards our Sahasrara. With our hand, we can raise our Kundalini to our central channel and help our Kundalini in her journey to the Sahasrara. Let's really put attention on each center that the Kundalini passes. While we do this, and always keeping our attention on our Kundalini, We can say the mantra to Shri Adi Kundalini Mata. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Adi Kundalini Mata Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namaha. Now that we have reached our Sahasrara, let's try to enjoy the silence. If any thought comes, we just let it go. We don't give importance to the thought. So keeping our attention on our Sahasrara, we can raise our Kundalini and give ourselves abundance. But for whoever would like to keep meditating, the music will be playing for a few more minutes. And for everyone else, it was thank you for joining the meditation, and have a lovely evening. Bye.